Welcome back. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do some trophies. We've already done. Is there a brand new Penny's Pursuit? Let's see. If there is, then we will play it. If there isn't, there is. Okay, this should be fun. All right, let's do the Penny Pursuits. Let's see how. First one, Pepper. I'm gonna test it out for you, just for you. How does my brain work? Score beat 10,000. 10 million. Wouldn't you like to win $10 million? Wouldn't you like to have the $10 million already coming to you at this point in time in your life? What do we got? We got ball, we got Medusa, we got chickens, we got thumpins. We're gonna need money. I know lemon, but we only have 700, so we definitely want to do splashy. I think splashy is just a must-have. I'm going to do electricity. I'm gonna play it safe, and my electricity is reasonably boosted. What else are we gonna do? We're going to get rid of those things we're gonna get some little monies. I might get a little bit more monies. Oh, and we definitely. My concern with the electricity is that it may not hurt them strong enough. So, we cannot bring in the thing. You know what I'm talking about. They're like, no, that's too easy. All right. So I always think my two things that I think really, I'm sorry, but I do think that you should kind of like get into it and buy the plants if you can. You know, I don't think they sell any more plants. I think you have to work up to it. Let's rock. I think the way Plants vs Zombies handles it, prepare your defense. Okay, now are they gonna change this? Are they gonna be like, it's green, now it's yellow, no it's blue, now it's pink? It's like, what? No, Ricky. We always love me some Ricky. Alright, you know what? I'm going to do electricity first, because we already got Splashy rocking it out. Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens. First, our Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum, which sometimes speaks like Jeff Goldblum. And I'm not sure if Jeff Goldblum is aware of that, but, I'm going to put down the tiles just because I'm going to assume. Now remember, sometimes you shouldn't assume because you know what happens when you assume. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're aware of that old joke, that old trope. Let me know in the comment section if you know what trope is. Let me know in the comment section no! Yeah. Let me know in the comment section anything, because I'm going to add up your points and I'm going to give you something special. Because I like sharing. I like to share with you. And so, I know there may be some people from other countries watching this. You're like, well, you're going to send it to me because it's like it costs a lot of money. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know what the universe wants. I want to share. I've always been a sharing human being. I want more. But here's the thing. I can't say I want more. I have to say I am excited that everything that I want has already been flown my way. I am excited that all the abundance and all the awesomeness and all the greatness has already flown into my life. And even more. And I am grateful for the things that I have. One of the things that cures depression, really, is working out and also being active. Sharing helps. So like you've noticed, I'm like, he hasn't been making videos. I'm like, I haven't been making videos because I'm kind of sad, you know what I mean? And there's certain things that I shouldn't do or that I should do that make me sad. And those are things that I personally need to deal with. Sometimes maybe you're not involved. And that's just how it is. Maybe it's just my own personal journey that I have to go through. In order to, and you can make assumptions or not assumptions, and that's all wonderful, and I love it. But either way, I hope that you send me love as I send you love every day. So, and I think that that's what we need in the world. We need just more love. We need to put everything in perspective and try to understand one another a little bit more. And at the same time, give ourselves, room. Give ourselves room to be. Because, like, for instance, there's certain kinds of people that I don't want to be around because, I feel like the pros and the cons are just not beneficiary to me. So, and there's certain chemistries that I don't wish to be around of people. So, certain types of people, as perhaps you do too. I seek for people that have empathy, that have understanding, that have love in their heart, and I send people love in their heart. But at the same time, I draw my own personal boundaries and say, you know what, I can't be everything to everyone, and sometimes people want you to be things for them that you are not able to be. And that's just how life is. But you can keep trying. Or you can not try. I don't know. It's what do you think? What do you think of the advice of life is? Is life better you being yourself? Oh, you know what we were going to talk about? We were going to talk about the signs, huh? And we were catching up. It's really important to know astrology. It really is. Not people who are religious might be like, what? It basically, my thought about astrology, and I don't know if you watched it before, is that, what is it? Increase the score. Okay. We're gonna do the exact same thing, but I forgot what the requirements were. So let me see for a second. 15. Okay, and survive and protect the endangered. So there's endangered plants in here. Who are the endangered plants? Let's see. Tomato. Okay, that's fine. Then that means we might do the exact same thing. I mean, they didn't get anywhere near us. But they did get pretty close to tomato. I'm gonna keep going with this. I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and agree to this statement. So yeah, so we were talking about the signs in astrology and how different signs communicate differently. Some of the basics is that you have to make sure that and we need money, honey. We need money, honey. We have money. The money has already been manifested. There is no time and space. The money is here and it is allowed to be the freedom of the future. That is how life is, and that is who we are as eternal beings in the light of the Lord. All right, let's go. Oh, I'm scarred. I think this. Yikes. I think, I think this is better. I do think this is better. Okay. All right. So 15 and 15 million. What would you do with 15 million? Let me know in the comment section down below. What would you do with $15 million or 15 million yen or 15 million won or whatever it is that people use in your country? First, what we're gonna do is I accidentally, because I'm gonna move it up. So what I did is I just automatically moved it up just so that, and I'm gonna beat that up just because I don't want anybody coming in here and being like, "Hello, I'd like to tell you my religion," and I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm taking all religions and learning from them and basically making my own religion." Well, isn't that sacrilegious? Oh well, maybe it is, but that's what everybody's doing. Because at the end of the day, your soul tells you what's right or wrong, right? That's what I think. Your soul tells you what's right or wrong. So we have to constantly be aware of our actions and what we do and how they impact the world. So, astrology. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it up to surface. So last time we were talking about the signs. I think we got all the way up to Sagittarius. We're like, Sagittarius, you need to plan. Like, yeah, I know you want to save the world, but you need a plan, honey. You need a plan of action for you. You need some splashies at the bottom if that's what you need to do, because they're clearly coming in at the bottom. They're coming in hot. And I'm pretty sure we're going to beat this. I might try the 3. I may try the 3. But I do want to give you a shared experience, so it will be different. So back to the astrology. So Sagittarius, you need a plan. You need to calm down, and you need to a plan of specifics, and you need to. Fire signs are very impulsive. Fire signs are very in your face, mostly for the most part. But like I said, there is all the rising and the moons and stuff like that. So you can't really be racist against people because of their sign. That's not cool. Or astrologist is whatever that means. So we're talking. Okay, so there's that, right? So your computer is your brain is a computer inside water that is affected by the gravitational pull of the planets and what they affect and what they do to your brain. And so one needs to be aware of where the planets are, what are they doing, because it really is a science. It's not, people are like, oh, it's witchcraft and the Bible says no. I'm like, the Bible's filled with astrology, yeah. And you just have to make sure that all those balls get out of here. Get out of here, balls. Don't be my friend. You cannot put tile turn up on that, because if you do, then it'll explode and it'll be an automatic death. But we're chugging along. 15 million, 14 million, 32 million. What's the lottery at? You know, that is how much I have manifested, because you have seen it and you have foretold it and you have seen the future, right? And I am the wealthiest man in the universe, and I am giving it to you all, humanity. Because what is good? What is money good? What is money good for? Everything, really. You can feed a lot of people. I think ultimately what you give is what you take away is what you take away from people, and that's not good. No, what you leave is what you take with you when you leave. There you go. Oh, that's a good one. When you leave is what you take with you when you leave. There you go. Am I not? Okay, all right. Everybody vote for me for Nobel Prize. Okay? All right. Refresh packet, increase score. Because for some strange reason, we need to increase our score. Ay, Ricky. And then I have to survive all these things? This can't be. This is a one pepper? And then it's also ice time. And then you're not letting me choose things. Oh, you're so nice. Can I, like, if I play a specific plant, will everything, my computer shut down? Hasba shalom. I shouldn't say that out loud. You're not going to let me bring any fire things, huh? Hasba shalom. I shouldn't say that. But then I can't bring splashy. And there's no fire stuff. And I need that thing. This is hard. And this is a one pepper? Well, get ready then. I'm telling you. Ugh. Set plant. And already you got to plant. You got to be like, now. And then can I not lose plants? Let's see. Survive for 3 minutes. Alright, that's all I gotta do. And protect the plants. Yeah, and protect the plants. And build up everything that you can. Quickly, fast, and immediately. Destroy everyone pronto. That's the goal of the game. And at the same time, oh no, Ricky Ricardo. Ricky's here. Oh, Ricky, he's gonna try boosting everybody, and I'm like, Ricky, don't do it, Ricky. It's like, no, you're not gonna kill anybody. If anything, I'm gonna actually burn you, Ricky, and I'm gonna make sure that your people at the end. Ricky, are you dead? Yes. Oh, Ricky, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Ricky, it's actually not Ricky, it's Mickey, I think, but whatever, you know what I'm talking about, Willis. Anywho, sugar boo. Alright, so back to astrology. Oh yeah, astrology. We were talking about the future. You know what I could have done? Look at this. This, and then this, right? Or then this. How does this work? And then get out of here. But it's going to put the... Oh, look at that. See? And then I can do another one over here. But I think I'm doing okay. But my whole thing is... Okay, I'm not focusing. That's the problem. We need to get that guy out there. We need to get another guy out there. We're going to put another guy out there. We're going to bring this out there. We're going to put another fire. We're going to light your fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Gotta let your fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, set your head on fire. Yeah. Ricky Schroeder is not my friend. Ricky Schroeder is my friend. He used to be, though. Ricky Schroeder and I were like best friends back in high school, and he was like my best bud. And then all of a sudden, we had a falling out because Elizabeth Shue was like, "You can't be friends with him," and I was like, "Elizabeth, that's so rude." All of this is false, by the way. I'm just making shit up, by the way. You know that, right? Oh, I said the S word. Oh, see, I get sidetracked now. My brain. Okay, back to astrology. All right, so is that autism? All right, back to astrology. What is it? Back to astrology. What are we talking about? I gotta focus on this guy, and then my brain has to work many aspects. Astrology. So now we're talking about Scorpios. Ooh, shame on you, Scorpios. You're so dangerous. You're so bad. You're like the dangerous sign. You're like scary. No, not really. Scorpios judge themselves more than they should. Yeah, that's how that works. Scorpios judge themselves. Scorpios are very empathic. They're very open to the universe. They're very deep signs. They're driven by a very karmic force beyond time and space. They're very deep, dove into the magics. But their difficulty is that they're very judgmental against themselves and against others. You know, they can be very specific. And now again, And that's what they have chosen. That's their blessing. That is what they have come here to learn and to use. Beyond and integral. Okay. You know they're gonna have us do like something dumb, and then we don't have any more gems, so we're gonna have to wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You know what I thought? I'm gonna break it up. I'm gonna break it up, and I'm gonna back it up, back it in. Let me begin. We're gonna do an arena. We're gonna do an arena. I don't know if it's a new arena for you, but we're gonna do an arena. Okay. What? I forget what my strategy was. I want to say that it's transformers, but yeah. So back to astrology. So Scorpios, very deep, very powerful sign. But they need to just not use ice. They need to use this. They need to use splashy. Yeah, I mean, wasn't it splashy? Wasn't it this? Wasn't it tile turnip? And wasn't it, I mean, it could be, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I think that that's what it was, and that's what it shall be. So, we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna do this and this because we want to put down the other two, and that's it for now, right? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, Ricky. Okay. Actually, we may not need that much. We may actually not need that many ices. Or what is it? My guy. Or do we? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna try it out without him. I'm gonna try and see if I can get away with just 2 lemons. And see if that works out. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a second, third lemon. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, and I'm gonna boost the lemons, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna bring this guy in there. So I'm sorry if I'm a little quiet. So yeah, Scorpio. Scorpio, they're very deep sign. Now, of course, there's relationships between signs, and and as the sign, each sign has different elements about them. So what you should consider is what are the signs around you? Who are the people that are born under what specific signs? What signs are in your chart that show up? Scorpio is good about. They're very inquisitive. They're good investigators. You can't lie to them. They can read right through you. They're very, like I said, they're very evolved people. They're no BS. The only thing is that they can be controlling, they can be judgmental, and that comes from a deep level of insecurity, almost like a karmic level of insecurity that they really have to overcome. And that's. So now we're moving on to Virgo. So Virgos are, you often know they're earth sign, first and foremost. Virgos are an earth sign. And you often know them as the sign that, get stuff done. They like nice things. And so they want things to be like in a specific way. They can be very orderly. That's a common traits about Virgos, and that they have a specific way of looking at life and living things. Now, Virgos are very nice, but I should have put the thing in the thing. But if you cross a Virgo, then it takes it very difficult. They're not as forgiving as some of the other signs. Some of the other signs are based on mercy. But, so you've got that going on with Virgo. Virgo is oftentimes a tit for tat, like I'm being nice to you, so you gotta be nice to me. They have very, a righteous kind of ideology about life, and they can. And so I don't have a lot of Virgos. I have one particular Virgo in my life, and I love them very much, and I love what all the signs bring into my journey as a human being in evolution. There's no sign that is greater or lesser than others, except for Aries. They suck. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not being a astrology. It's just that's just because Aries is the baby, and Aries brings. We're gonna get to Aries. So okay, so we got 3. All right, we got 3. Now here's my thing. Okay, if the fire is already boosted and my guy is already boosted, I'm going to purchase 20 gems just for you. Okay. And then I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to do fire pea shooter. That's what I'm going to do. Because think about it. The Mega Gatling is already boosted, right? It's already with the 3 stars by the time you put it out. And so is the fire thing. So theoretically, that should be fine. Now here's the other thing. Do I want to do splashy? Or do I want to just go out all P's, you know what I mean? Mind your P's and Q's. I think we're going to mind our P's and Q's. And I think we are going to. Now this may be laggy because it doesn't, that's my problem with it, is that sometimes it gets laggy. Okay, so we're going to do that and that. And then we're going to do the Mega Gatling. Where's Mega? Mega, where are you? I love you. I want to join the battle. Okay, so Mega Gatling. And what was else? What was else in the futures? Yeah, tile turnip. That's what was else. That's not an actual proper way of speaking. What was else? But that could be a good name for a child. What was else? Let's rock. What was else? Can you get me the spoon? What was else? Your brother is not doing so well. What was else? I don't think I need that many lemons, but I want that many lemons. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright, let's battle. Lemon, lemon, Liz, lemon. Remember, tile, turnip, this, you know. Oh, and then put it at the front. Who cares? Who cares, Ricky Ricardo? Let's just go. Let's just go. You better recognize, because I'm going to bust you into Tuesday. I'm going to give you the bus pass to Japan. You better recognize. I'm going to put it down right there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do here? I'm going to put that down. Oh, he's coming up here. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring those. I'm going to bring gems. No, you can't bring that. You got to bring this. Sorry if I'm not focusing on you. I want you to be amazed by my wonder. And I want to focus on the battle just for you. You know what I mean? We got to keep going. We got to keep fighting the good fight, you know? Like that one show with not Elizabeth Shue. You know, one day if I keep saying, I think that if you keep saying their name long enough, they will manifest. And maybe Elizabeth Shue will play a video game with me for her favorite charity. And we can raise awareness about a cause that is so dear to her heart. You know what I mean? And I think that would be kind of cool, you know, to play video games with celebrities to raise funds for their favorite charities. And, like, you know, you can place bets. Oh, you're not going to get any money, though. You can place bets where you don't get money. Exactly. You're just betting to win. That's it. I mean, maybe you can get a pin. You know what I mean? That would be nice. But definitely bring in the fire. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you got to focus. You got to be like the wizard. Remember the movie The Wizard? Oh, yeah. So back to what we were talking about. We were talking about signs. So Virgo. So now we're talking about Leo. Hey, what up, Leo? Is it Leo? No. It's I skipped Libra. I totally skipped Libra because, you know, Libra is out there trying to make everybody happy. And you're Libra, you're not taking time for yourself and you're not caring about yourself. Exactly. So maybe you should care about yourself and you should focus on yourself rather than making everybody happy and not try to balance everybody out. And instead, take some time and balance yourself out. You know, that'd be cool. Bring in the fire, bring in the pain, bring the fire, bring the pain. You know, keep moving forward. Where are we at? We are at 26, we got 47. Alright, we're doing it. We're moving forward, we're progressing. You know, I could also, theoretically, I could bring that in right there. And then bring this in right here. I could bring that in right there. And sorry if I'm not speaking that loudly because I want to join in the festivities that is you and I achieving our goals. I have finally surrendered to the you and I theory. You know, people are like, that's my team, that's my God, that's my person. It's kind of like when you let go and you trust Jesus. You know what I mean? Alright, so, or any kind of deity. I'm not, you know, specifically Christian or any kind of deity. I'm just saying that everything is good and everything is awesome. Just like the Lego, even if you worship Lego. Alright, so back to the game. Back to the Libra. Yeah, focus on yourself. Don't focus on so many people all at once because it's only going to give you 41. I mean, 4 million. Yay! Could we get 5? What could get 5? What could get 5? So we did. See, so you agree that, right? That's what, okay. Now, the only one that could get 5 could theoretically be the tripleizer. You know what I mean? Ooh, we got money. We got a shell. We got a season award. What's going on? What do I get? Am I getting stuff? It doesn't matter. Thank you. I appreciate all your gettings. Continue. Thank you for your rewards. All right, let's back it up. So, yeah, so we're talking about that astrology. What else are we doing? That's it. No, we're going to do one more. Just do one more. Just do one more. All right, but what should I do? What strategy should I try? I could go back to transforming. You know what? You know what? You know what? There's a trick, okay? I'm telling you. And it doesn't include, yeah, exactly. I think this might just kick it over the top. Okay? You'll see. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, you'll see, watch. Okay? Just watch. Just look at it, okay? Just don't look away. Don't look away! Look at it! Alright, let's go. Alright, don't look away! Look at it! Alright, so, oh, look at that. Wow, look, that's a lot of money. Now we gotta make sure that we gotta bring in the pain, and then we gotta bring in the thunder, and we gotta make sure that we gotta bring in this, because this transforms them all into our people, and they are enlightened. See, isn't it? Its kindness is so much worth more than evil. Kindness is so much more rewarding when you're able to transform your enemies into people that surprise you and bring light into your life, like a lot, and then you can make money out of your enemies. Yeah, when you transform them and enlighten them, and you're like, look, see the light. That's the blessing of this game. You know what? That's what we're learning, is that everything is awesome. Literally everything is awesome, and we need to learn the transformational powers of darkness into light. You know, I think that people. Oh yeah. So back to astrology, right? So we're Libras. Yeah. Don't be good to yourself. You know what I mean? Do we have fire on everything? I think we have fire on everything, right? Let's keep going. We need more money. Oh no. We have the thing, so we can keep building. We gotta keep going. So yeah. So all right. So now we're talking about Leo. I think we skipped a lot. We're gonna talk about Leo. And Leos, you're like the center of attention. And sometimes you don't care about other people. It's like people feel like you don't think that they're special. And you're like, but I'm specialer. And I'm like, well, you need to calm down and maybe humble yourself and realize that you're part of the team. You know, you're a leader, and a leader is supposed to just bow down to the masses because that's who they're supposed to lead. And I think that once you realize that about yourself, you'll really evolve and become so much better than you could ever imagine. You know what I mean? We're already at 2, and you know what I mean? My only concern is the money. It's how much money can we break in before. What I like about that is because look at it. It's increasing, like it gets rid of the people, and it also transforms them. My only concern is, 25. Is it enough money? You know, is it enough money? Let's keep trucking it out. So yeah, so Leo, just focus. I mean, see, I was focused on the game because I want to give you attention. Leo, you suck. Sometimes you think you need to realize that maybe you suck. You know, that you're not the greatest. That you need to take your time and think about other people and be a little bit more empathetic, and then just take that element and learn from it. So that's how my thought about Leos. All right, and think about other people and what they want and who they are and what they bring into the game. And utilize not necessarily, your leader. Utilize more your leader capabilities than you have ever thought before. I think that's my advice. Once Leos learn to let go and have control over their own existence, yeah. So that's how Leos function. Not as look. It's not. Maybe because I wasn't focused enough, but it wasn't. The end all whatever. Now, there's one more I could try. There's one more that I could try that does not require me to have a lot of money. So, and we are going to try it. Okay. Uh, hmm. I'm just taking a drink of my drink. Melancholy. All right. So, astrology, back to the game. And then I think I'm going to do a special episode on how to free Palestine because that's really what we're here for. I'm not going to bring in, I'm going to bring in Splashy. I'm going to bring in Splash. If I'm going to do what I think, what you think you know that I'm going to do, what you know that I know that you know that I'm going to do, I'm going to do Splashy. All right, so Leo. So now we're getting into Cancer. What's the deal with Cancer? Cancers are so emotional. You know, they are so emotional, and that can be very draining. But at the same time, Cancers can be so uplifting, and they can bring the people together and inspire so much. They have the ability of emotions. They have the power of emotions. They are governed by the moon. So that's kind of rare. The moon is not really a planet. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting concept. So Cancers can be very emotional, can be not necessarily moody, but their emotions can govern a lot of their actions. So it's really important to kind of keep an eye out on one's emotions and what they do to us and how they affect us in the world, you know? So yeah, so that's my thought on, you got to make sure you got to focus. You got to focus and put down your things. And you got to fight like the good fight, and then you got to do this. And then you got to put that down. And then you got to put this down. So just in case when you do the thing. And then you got to bring that in. And then you got to, you got to focus. It's all about the focus. So yeah, so back to astrology. So yeah, so we got Cancer, so just kind of calm down. Don't be so emotional. Like, think a little bit logically. Like I said, it's always important to look at your charts because your chart will also tell a lot more things about you. Sometimes you may think, well, that person's a Cancer and they don't show any emotion. You don't really know. Maybe you don't really know that person. Maybe they're hiding things from you. Maybe they have elements of Scorpio that they're hiding their emotions. We'll get into like where the other planets are, like where your Venus, where your Aries is, and stuff like that. Like for instance, my Venus is in Aries, so that means that if I like you, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I'm gonna like, let's get this party started, yay! And that's my blessing. That's what I chose to come in here with, because we only have a limited amount of time. But at the same time, I have other corrections that play into that avenue. And I think it's also a difficulty because some people are not about, hey, let's get this party started. I don't even fucking know you. Yeah, I said that way too fast. So, you kind of have to learn from your signs and kind of learn what the benefits and the non-benefits are of them. So, so that's my thought on that. You got to make it the money, even though, like, oh, no, I put that in the wrong column, but it's okay. We're trucking along. We're at 45. Are we doing? We're not doing bad. I think, this is working out decent. So yeah. And then we got to make sure that that's in there. Let's see. And then I am kind of sorry if I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to focus for you. I'm trying to hit a 5. I'm trying to get to a 5 for you. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a 5 for you. Sorry if I'm repeating myself because my brain is not broken. I promise it's not broken. My brain's not broken. So yeah, so that's the consciousness. So in the next episode, we'll talk about the other signs that are in there. Who else is in there? Gemini. We're going to talk about Gemini and how they function. We're going to talk about 5. So yeah, so it was 5 and it was Shrimpy Dimpy. You know what I'm talking about. It was Shrimpy Dimpy. It was Scratchy Cratchy. It was Torchwood. Well, Torchwood, fine. I know it's Torchwood. It's David Goldberg. It is Splashy. It is Impy Dimpy. It is Turnip. And that's what did they use? Okay. I want to wish you all a wonderful eternity. I love you forever. Thank you.